My sword may be half, but my heart is full of violence. I quite enjoy it. I wanted to cover a quick video about it as I move on to bigger and better things because it's just a nice little brain relaxant. A real recliner for the psyche, if you will. Half Sword is the prologue to a long saga about Hafnut, the 13th century Prince of Wales and his invasion of Doggerland. It sets up the hubris of such a man and how he went from humble beginnings to well-trained warrior, concluding in him following his dreams to become an undertaker. I hope you're taking notes. This will be on the test. The gameplay is that of a realistic medieval physics simulator. It's a very in-depth look at the strategies and tactics of medieval warfare, using the left and right mouse buttons, or controller inputs if you're like that, to swing your weapon of choice. You can bash, you can slash, you can poke, you can do a bunch of stuff. I swear this genre of realistic medieval combat games are their own subgenre. I keep seeing them pop up. The name Half Sword is even a misnomer actually. You can use much more than just swords, things like candelabras, hammers, and even the kings of medieval combat, the spear. Not to mention, these are fully forged swords as well. I don't think there's a single broken sword style half sword in the entire game. What a ripoff. Is what I would say if the demo of the game wasn't free, itch.io or Steam. The demo is live at the time of this recording. There are a few game modes available. Regular demo story mode just to try out the night tiers minus the Baron. And I want everyone to know that I tried unlocking the Baron, but the game kept crashing. So I saw it as a sign that I simply wasn't ready. The fever dream of Hafnut as he is taken to the same place Thorfinn was taken at the end of Season 2. The difference is there is no high ground, and those dead guys are hungry for some revenge. Not much else to really talk about other than what the game will promise. More customization and even more modes. But I'm not treating this game like high art. It's silly and fun and has a surprising amount of work and depth put into it. But be warned, this game is brutal sometimes, not just because of the gallons of blood. You can die super quickly if you're not careful, and vice versa. Clashes are often deadly in Half Sword, and your character is about as durable as a paper door. In a way, probably the most accurate medieval sim out there. I can, however, go over a few easy to deploy strategies and mechanics you might not know about. Some of the best weapons per tier are the candelabra, the bident, spiked spear, and longsword. You can still make the spears work, but heavy armor just makes it difficult. Wield your sword in blocking stance. This gives you better control over striking your opponent's weak points. As is to real life, try to aim for exposed parts of the armor if you want to swiftly end your opponent. If you knock an opponent down on the ground and put a blade to their throats, they give up after a while. Speaking of giving up, it's better to take a loss than to die and start the entire gauntlet over again. Well, sort of. You do go through the abyss to try to fight the entire tier list again and hopefully regain your life, but this is annoying and hard and just take the L sometimes. You do have a slow motion timer. It doesn't show it to you and it stays active until you turn it off manually. Just turn it on and off again so you don't get yourself too exhausted. And finally, if you're having trouble with the gauntlet, you can set the player resistance to really high and the enemy resistance to really low. Of course, a master sworderer such as myself would never resort to these tactics. But lady and gentlemen, thus hath been Half Swordeth. I bid you a farewell and a bountiful morrow. A nice little distraction for not really giving a shit too much, and something free to waste my time on.